All right, everyone, welcome back. We're diving deep today into something super important for men's health, but honestly, it doesn't get talked about enough: the prostate. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? So many other health things get all the attention, right? But we're gonna change that today. We're focusing on a YouTube video all about the prostate, especially for guys over 50. Exactly. It's called Strange Changes in the Prostate of Men Who Masturbate Daily. Whoa. Okay, that title definitely grabs you. Definitely, it really dives into how the prostate is linked to how long we live and the choices we make every day. And even if you're not over 50 yet, this stuff matters. You're absolutely right. Understanding this now can make a huge difference later on, no matter your age. Guys need to be in on this conversation for sure. So before we get into the juicy details, can you give us a quick prostate 101? What does it actually do and why should we care about it beyond, the obvious? Okay, so the prostate is this little gland like the size of a walnut. It sits right under the bladder. Okay. Got it. And yeah, most people know it's involved in making the fluid that keeps sperm healthy. But it's not just about that, it's actually really sensitive to changes in hormones, especially as guys get older, especially testosterone and DHT. Yeah, the video talks a lot about those. Yeah, those are key players, and that brings us to the whole ejaculation connection. But the video makes a big deal about that, doesn't it? It does. Whether it's through sex or masturbation, regular ejaculation seems to be good for prostate health. Interesting. Why is that? Well, they use this analogy of a natural pump. Yeah, ejaculation kind of helps clear out the prostate. Oh, I see. So it's not just about feeling good. It's about keeping things flowing down there. Exactly, and that's not to help with something called congestive prostatitis, which is basically when the prostate gets inflamed and kind of backed up. It can cause a lot of discomfort. The video mentioned pain, like you always need to pee, even trouble peeing. Yeah, all that not fun. Not at all. So regular ejaculation could help prevent that. It's not a magic cure, but it could help keep things moving and working the way they should. Make sense. And the video didn't just talk about congestion, it also mentioned inflammation in general as a problem, especially as men age, right? And that inflammation can affect your whole body. It's like a double whammy, right? Congestion in general, inflammation. Exactly. And again, they suggest that regular ejaculation might be a natural way to fight that. So we're not just talking about avoiding discomfort, but maybe even staying healthier overall as we get older. You got it. It's about being proactive, taking charge of your prostate health. I like that. And speaking of being proactive, the video talks a lot about lifestyle choices. 2.0 for sure, like what you eat. They really highlight things like tomatoes, berries, and green tea. Good stuff. And we know tomatoes have lycopene, right? That's supposed to be great for the prostate. Yeah, it's a powerful antioxidant. Berries have antioxidants too, like anthocyanins, and green tea has catechins. So many good things. But it's not just about the food, is it? No way, it's a whole package. You got to think about diet, exercise, how you handle stress. It's all connected. So it's like a multi-pronged attack on prostate problems. Exactly. Think of these healthy choices as investments in your future well-being. Love that you're putting in the work now to reap the benefits later. That's the idea. Okay, now for the big one, the thing everyone worries about: prostate cancer. The video mentioned that too, right? They did, and they suggested that frequent ejaculation might actually be linked to a lower risk. Really? Yeah, but we got to be careful here. The research is still coming in, but some studies show that regular ejaculation might help flush out stuff that could be harmful. Interesting. So it's not a guarantee, but maybe an extra layer of protection, right? But remember, it's not a substitute for seeing your doctor and getting screened. Absolutely. Regular checkups are a must. Couldn't agree more. It's all about being proactive and informed, not relying on any one thing as a magic bullet, for sure. And speaking of being proactive, the video took a really interesting stance on masturbation. They talked about approaching it with mindfulness and intention, almost like self-care. I love that it's so often seen as something to be ashamed of, but if we reframe it as a way to connect with our bodies and potentially improve our health, it becomes empowering. Totally. The video even gave tips: make it relaxing, use lube, keep things clean, and try different things. It's all about paying attention to your body. That's so key, being present, listening to what your body is telling you, and that ties back into the whole theme of being in tune with your prostate health. It's like you can turn a simple act into a way to check up on your health. Yeah, pretty cool. The video also got into how regular ejaculation, especially through masturbation, might actually help balance those hormones we talked about, especially DHT, right? We need more research on this, but the idea is that when you ejaculate, your DHT levels drop for a bit, okay? And that might give the prostate a break from that hormone, because we know DHT can make the prostate grow, so it's not about getting rid of DHT completely. It's still an important hormone, right? Oh, yeah, definitely. It's about finding that balance, making sure your hormones are working together to keep you healthy. Got it? And that ties back into everything else we've been talking about, right? Diet, exercise, stress. Exactly. All those things can affect your hormone balance, too. It really shows how everything is connected. One thing that stood out to me was how the video looked at the benefits of ejaculation for different age groups. Like for younger guys, they seem to focus on how masturbation can help them understand their bodies and build healthy habits early on. Yeah. They really stress self-awareness. No matter how old you are, the younger you are, when you start figuring out what feels normal, the better you'll be able to notice any changes later on. That makes sense, and that can help catch problems early on, so early detection is key. Absolutely. Then for guys in their 40s and 50s, the focus shifted more to those preventative benefits we talked about, like reducing congestion and inflammation. Yeah, like laying the groundwork for a healthier future. Exactly. Taking care of your prostate in those middle years can really pay off down the road. And what about older guys? Did the video have anything specific for them? It did. They acknowledged that prostate problems tend to increase as you get older. Yeah, but they also said it's never too late to make healthy changes. That's good to hear. Even small changes in your diet, exercise, or how you manage stress can make a difference. It's like even if you haven't been super focused on your health before, there's still hope. It's about taking ownership of your health no matter your age. I like that. And when it comes to masturbation specifically, they mentioned that older men might want to think about using lube. Oh, yeah, just to make things more comfortable, since sensitivity can change with age. That's a good point. It's all about adapting to what your body needs and making sure it feels good. Exactly. And speaking of feeling good, they talked about the psychological benefits to, like how taking care of your prostate can make you feel more confident and give you more energy. Yeah, all that. It makes sense, right? When you're taking care of yourself and feeling good about your body, your self-esteem gets a boost and you just feel better overall. It's like a positive feedback loop. Totally. The more you care for yourself, the better you feel and the more motivated you are to keep up those healthy habits. It's about creating a cycle that supports your whole self, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Exactly. And I thought it was really interesting how they connected masturbation to how we think about prostate health throughout our lives. Yeah, like what might start as a way for young guys to learn about their bodies could turn into something that helps prevent problems in middle age, and then later on it can just be a way to keep enjoying yourself and feeling good. I love that perspective. Our bodies change over time, but taking care of ourselves and listening to what we need, that always matters, right? And with masturbation, that means being open to trying new things as you get older, prioritizing comfort and pleasure, and talking to a doctor if you have any worries. And one thing that really stuck with me was how the video emphasized paying attention to any changes in your body, especially while you're masturbating. Oh, yeah, they talked about that. They said to really notice anything unusual, like changes in how your semen looks or feels, or any pain or discomfort. Important stuff, because masturbation can actually be a good way to check in on your prostate health, right? If you're paying attention to those warning signs, you might catch something early on and get help sooner. It's like turning a solo activity into a self-checkup. I like that, and that's why it's so important to approach masturbation with curiosity and awareness. It's not just about pleasure, it's about learning about your body. So we've talked about the physical stuff, but the video also brought up the mental side of prostate health, like feeling more confident and having more energy, right? Because when you feel good about yourself and you're taking care of your health, that confidence and energy just naturally follow. It's all connected, you know. Totally. I think this video really changes how we think about masturbation and prostate health. It does. It's not about shame or secrecy, it's about taking control of your well-being and feeling empowered. Yeah, I'm really struck by how they framed it as a normal healthy part of life, something that can make you feel good both physically and mentally. Exactly, and it's not just about the act itself, it's about being more aware of your body and its signals no matter how old you are. For sure, it's about recognizing that our bodies are always changing and we need to adapt how we care for ourselves along the way. I also appreciated how the video addressed the stigma that can be around masturbation, especially for older men. Oh, yeah, like this idea that sexual pleasure is something you grow out of, but the video really pushed back against that. They showed how older men can still enjoy their bodies and explore their sexuality, and they talked about how to adapt to changes that come with age, like using lube or finding different techniques that feel good, because pleasure is a basic human need no matter your age, right? I also find it interesting how they tied masturbation into the whole conversation about aging well. They made it part of a bigger picture of well-being that includes exercise, good food, and managing stress. It's about taking care of your whole self and realizing that even something you do on your own can have a positive ripple effect on your relationships and your overall quality of life. Absolutely. When you feel good about yourself and you're taking care of your health, it shows up in everything you do. I'm really impressed with how this video brought together so many different aspects of men's health. It's not just about the prostate. It's about overall well-being, self-care, and embracing sexuality through a life. Yeah, and they did it in a way that's informative and engaging and even empowering. I particularly like how they stressed being self-aware and listening to your body. It's about advocating for yourself and taking those steps to protect your health and recognizing that even something as simple as masturbation can be part of that journey. It's about recognizing that feeling good and being healthy go hand in hand, and taking care of our sexual health is just as important as any other part of our well-being. Well said. This video has definitely given us a lot to think about. Yeah, it really has, and we've gone from prostate basics to the potential benefits of ejaculation and how important a holistic approach is for prostate health. And we talked about how masturbation can be more than just physical, right? It can be a way to understand yourself better, maybe even reduce the risk of some prostate issues, and of course, it's a source of pleasure and well-being throughout your life. And that part about breaking down the stigma around masturbation, especially as guys get older, really hit home for me. It was like this message of embracing your sexuality and making pleasure a priority for a healthy life. Totally, it's like the video threw out those old ideas that sexual pleasure has an expiration date. Exactly. They reframed masturbation as self-care, a way to connect with your body and something that can contribute to feeling good overall no matter your age. And it wasn't all just big concepts either. They gave real tips to make masturbation more enjoyable, right? Like setting the mood using lube, paying attention to how your body responds, even trying different things, different routines. It's about finding what works for you and owning that experience. Absolutely, putting your pleasure first. And of course, they reminded us that if you're having issues, any concerns about your prostate, talk to a doctor. Exactly, don't suffer in silence, right? There's help out there, and early detection is so important for prostate health. Talk to your doctor, be open with them. This whole deep talk has been so eye-opening. Yeah, we've learned a ton about the prostate, what affects it, and the things we can do to protect it. Simple things, but they can make a big difference. And I think the key takeaway is that prostate health is about more than just avoiding disease, right? It's about being well in every way, enjoying your life and respecting your body at every age. It's like acknowledging that our sexuality is part of who we are, and taking care of that part of ourselves is just as important as taking care of anything else. It's about investing in yourself, creating a life that's full of energy, connection, and honestly, just plain joy. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to think about. What's one small thing you can do today to invest in your long-term prostate health and well-being? Maybe it's adding some of those antioxidant-rich foods to your diet. Oh, yeah, a good one. Or maybe it's finally trying those pelvic floor exercises, or making that doctor's appointment you've been putting off, or even just taking a minute to appreciate your body and everything it does for you. Whatever you choose, big or small, remember, taking care of yourself is worth it. And remember, we'll be back soon with more deep dives into all sorts of things that affect your health and well-being. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and keep taking care of yourselves.